You know what's sad? Is I do my contour, and I do a good job, and you can't tell when I take videos. It's just big fat face. My cheeks swallow up my contour. Okay, she's on 3 times. Okay, this video is going to be my top 10 favorite books of 2015, and I tried to put them in order. I really did. You're probably wondering why I didn't do this in January when 2015 is over, and that's because I'm not going to get much more reading done, and I just wanted to go ahead and do it, so I'm going to start from 10 and work my way down to 1. So, are y'all ready? So, coming in at number 10 is Illuminate by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I really liked it, and if you do not know what this book is about, it is set in a futuristic world in 2575, and we follow Ezra. I call him Ezra. Don't know if that's right. And Katie. And Katie was just, you know, getting through the day, and all she was thinking about really was, I gotta break up with Ezra. I can't do it anymore. And then their planet gets invaded by their rival mega corporation. When this mega corporation is, I'm gonna just set this down. This is making my hand hurt. During this mega corporation invasion, Ezra and Katie somehow get together and they try to escape, but while escaping they get on 2 separate ships, so I cannot talk. I'm so sorry. And they go up into space or whatever, but this ship is getting really close, and that just seems to be like the least of their problems, because one ship, this disease breaks out on all of this ship, because there are 3 ships that were just getting evacuated and have people on it from this planet getting away from this one ship. Well, this disease breaks out on this one ship, and the people on these ships are not communicating with people on what is going on. So Katie hacks in and tries to figure out what's going on, and when she figures out what's going on, her and Ezra are talking to each other, and they're trying to bring up the truth, and they're talking with each other about it, and so they just turn to each other for help and trying to figure out what is going on in this ship. Okay, so coming in at number 9 is Black Widow by Margaret Stohl. If you do not know what this book is about, obviously it follows Black Widow, if you do not know who Black Widow is / Natasha Romanoff. So, I'm going to read the inside blurb because I do not like explaining 2 point of views kind of thing. So, I'm going to read the blurb for you guys, okay? So the first one is Natasha Romanoff is one of the world's most lethal assassins. Trained from a young age in the arts of death and deception, Natasha was given the title of Black Widow by Ivan Smordov. I call him Smordov, I probably could say it wrong. Her brutal teacher at the Red Room, Moscow's infamous academy for operatives. Ava Orlova is just trying to fit in as an average broken teenager, but her life has been anything but average. The daughter of a missing Russian quantum physicist, Ava was once subject to a series of ruthless military experiments until she was rescued by Black Widow and placed under shield protection. Ava has always longed to reconnect with her mysterious savior, but Black Widow isn't really the big sister type. Until now, when children all over Eastern Europe begin to go missing and rumors of smuggled Red Room tech light up the dark net, Natasha suspects her old teacher has returned and that Ava Orlova might be the only one who can stop him. To defeat the madman who threatens their future, Natasha and Ava must unravel their past, but only then will they discover the truth about the dark-eyed boy with an hourglass tattoo who haunts Ava's dreams. But I really like this book. It's so action-packed, and when I was reading it, it was just like an Avengers movie in my head. Okay, so the next book, that is The Immortal Rules by Julie Kagawa. In this world, dystopian world, a world ruled by vampires, and if you are not registered in this world where you have your registers and you have the people that live in the fringe, which is kind of like a homeless kind of place, you know. And those who are registered have to donate their blood to these vampires, and if they don't, they're pretty much. So this girl's mom somehow gets gone, and she's forced to live in the fringe. And every night they sleep, obviously, and then during the day they go out hunting for food and anything they can get to survive. And one night when she's going out for food with her like crew, her like friends and whatever, she gets attacked, turned into a vampire. So she's forced to flee that city, and while fleeing she turns up into this human group that's looking for a safe place. Rumors of a cure for this disease that swept over this land and killed off like a lot of people. So she disguises herself, pretends to be a human with these people, and escape for that. And while I really like this book, it's got a fair share of romance in it. Okay, so the next book coming in at number 7. So Eden is a soul eater, and soul eaters, when they come of age, they have an awakening ceremony where they take their first ever soul, like somebody's life. And Eden, you know, she doesn't want to partake in this awakening ceremony thing. She just does not want to take her own life, but then again, you know, she's having this hunger and she's trying to fight this hunger. And then you have Noah, who is trying to be Eden's best friend, but he also has a secret of his own. He is a warrior of Ankh or Ankh. I call it Ankh, but whatever. If we're wanting to use the English language, it is Ankh, but whatever. But anyways, he is a warrior of Ankh, which is, in this case, he is an immortal warrior fighting battle, and his mission is to try to find something in Eden that can be saved. But when the secret comes out that he is this warrior, she freaks out, she gets mad. So read it. It is so good. I promise you, even if you hate vampires, read it. So coming in at number 6, my friend has right now, so I can't show it. So I'll put an imaginary thing right here because I'm not that cool. We start off with Ruby. She is 10 years old at the time when this disease comes over the US, okay? And she doesn't know what's going on. And the next moment, her parents are yelling at her and locking her in the garage and calling the police. Well, the police don't show up. These government agents come and take her away. And they take her to this camp at Camp Thurmond, and they separate these kids into colors by their abilities. Now, Ruby doesn't know what's going on because she's like, I don't have an ability. What are they talking about? And then they put her in a certain color that she's not supposed to be in, and you realize that she isn't supposed to be in this color, so people break her out. And while she's getting broken out, she breaks up from this group and finds a group that is looking for East River or a safe place. But when she gets to this East River, things aren't what they seem, and it's not safe at all. So, of course, when they get there, things aren't as they expected, and so they are forced. They try to leave and things happen, and you gotta read it to find out. So coming in at number 5 is one of the very, very few contemporary books I have read in 2015. And that is Confess by Colleen Hoover. I also do not have it because it was my friend's when I borrowed it. Ugh! And I'm sitting on the floor like a loser. Whatever. Don't judge me. Anyways, so if you do not know what Confess is about, it is in 2 point of views. That is 4. It is in 2 point of views. You have Auburn Reed. Is it Reed? Yeah. And Owen Gentry. Auburn moves back to Dallas, Texas, and she's kind of looking for a new life, kind of to change her whole life, and she's got pretty much everything figured out. She's working at a hair salon, but she also needs some extra cash. So she goes to look for a new job, and she stumbles upon this painting gallery, art gallery thing. And Owen happens to be the guy that works there, and soon she starts getting these attractions for Owen. They start hanging out, but turns out Owen has a few secrets, and he won't tell her what's going on, and you know, this could get in the way of her future for various reasons, and she just doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know to accept her feelings and just go for it. But we know one thing is, all Owen has to do is confess, and everything will work out. But he doesn't. But maybe he does. read it and find out. I have never read a Colleen Hoover book. This is my first one, and I'm excited to read more. I am waiting for Christmas, and I really hope my mom gets me some because I love me some Colleen Hoover now. Coming in at number 4 is the one and only Young Elites by Marie Lu. Now, I read this book in one day. So, this blood fever sweeps over this kingdom, and those who do not get sick and die, but some get these strange, weird markings on them. So, Adelina's hair used to be black, and when this fever sweeps over, it turns to silver. So that was kind of her marking, but she also gets an infected eye, and they have to take out her eye, and then she has a scar. At the beginning of the story, she lives with her really evil father. He's very sweet to her sister, but he is very evil towards her. And then we start learning that these marked people are called these Malfettos. The king makes this dude, Taryn, whatever his name is, I don't know how to say it because I can't find it. But anyways, he makes him kill all these people that have these special abilities. And comes and saves her from her execution, and she's taken to these the Young Elites, or the Dagger Society, who are these people with these special abilities that know of them and use them for good. And when she comes of this group, she starts to learn that her power are actually really bad. Coming in at number 3 is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And can you see this? I have a signed copy. If you do not know what this book is about, or you have not been on the YouTubes, they are people who are divided. You have your silvers and your reds. Bloods. Silver Bloods, they have these cool special abilities, and they rule over the Red Bloods. Now, Red Bloods are just average humans. Obviously not cool because the silvers walk all over them. So we follow Mare Barrow, and she's just kind of in her family, whatnot. And then one day she gets an opportunity to work at the palace. And at the palace, something happens, and Mare has a special ability, and she's red, and that's not supposed to happen. So the king and queen take her in and pretend that she is the lost silver princess. So when she's at the castle, she gets on board with a rebel group, the Red Guard. She gets in with the Red Guard and is risking basically her life to bring down this evil king and queen that are treating the Reds like crap. Coming in at number 2 is Obsidian by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So follow Katie, who moves to West Virginia. She moves next to this hot guy, and she's just trying to live a normal life. And she befriends Dee, and of course that's not okay with Damon for reasons other than you'll know why. And one day, Katie is just out and about, and she gets attacked. Well, with a wave of his hand, Damon just stops time. So definitely pick that one up. It's really good. Coming in at number 1. Drum roll! No drum roll? Okay, that's cool. Coming in at number 1 is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So Selena is forced to go into these salt mines to pay for her crimes, and she is not going to get out anytime soon. Until she is summoned to the castle by no other than the Prince Dorian himself. And he gives her a quest from the king, and she gets to fight in this to be the king's assassin/champion for him, and for 4 years. And then after those 4 years, she will have her freedom. She will be granted freedom to do whatever the hell she wants to do. So she goes to the castle and starts competing and starts doing all these challenges with her other opponents. And as this starts happening, some opponents start dying off. And knowing Selena, she goes and she's trying to investigate, and she starts realizing there's something really, really evil in this castle. And one thing you need to know also is that in this land, there is no magic. There used to be magic, but there is no longer any magic, and nobody really knows why, except for the magic went away at the same time the king kind of went into rule. So that's also something you need to know. If you have not read The Throne of Glass, out of everything that I just mentioned to you, read it. But if you have read any of these books, let me know down below what your thoughts and feels are. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a terrific day, and see y'all next time. Bye!